MISA 2026 Maryland Integrated Science Assessment Exam Tips. All you need to know. Question 1. The MISA assessment focuses on which science standards? NGSS, Next Generation Science Standards. State-specific 1990 standards. International Baccalaureate. None of the above. Maryland uses the Next Generation Science Standards, NGSS, for MISA. Question 2. What are the three dimensions of NGSS? Reading, writing, math. DCIS, SEPs, CCCs, biology, chemistry, physics. Hypothesis, experiment, result. Disciplinary core ideas, science and engineering practices, and crosscutting concepts. Question 3. In the water cycle, transpiration is water turning to vapor from the ocean, water vapor turning to liquid in clouds, water evaporating from plants, water soaking into the ground. Transpiration is the process where plants release water vapor into the atmosphere. Question 4. What is a causal relationship in science? Two things happening at the same time by chance, one event directly causing another to occur. A story about science. A mathematical average. Causality means one variable directly influences another. Question 5. The law of superposition states that in undisturbed rock layers, the top layer is the oldest, the bottom layer is the oldest. All layers are the same age. Fossils determine the age regardless of layer. Superposition states that older layers are at the bottom and younger layers are at the top. Question 6. A negative feedback loop in an ecosystem tends to cause a population to explode, stabilize a system, destroy the environment, have no effect. Negative feedback loops counteract changes, maintaining stability, homeostasis. Question 7. In genetics, an organism's phenotype is its genetic makeup, observable physical characteristics, number of chromosomes, ancestry. Phenotype is the expression of the genotype in the physical form. Question 8. What is the primary driver of plate tectonics? The moon's gravity, convection currents in the mantle, the Earth's rotation, solar radiation. Heat from the core causes convection in the mantle, moving the tectonic plates. Question 9. Which organelle is known as the powerhouse of the cell? Nucleus, ribosome, mitochondria, chloroplast. Mitochondria generate ADP through cellular respiration. Question 10. A hypothesis must be proven true, testable, a law, a long paragraph. A scientific hypothesis must be capable of being tested through experimentation. Question 11. The process of natural selection was famously described by Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, Charles Darwin, Gregor Mendel. Darwin described natural selection as the mechanism of evolution. Question 12. Which subatomic particle has a negative charge? Proton, neutron, electron, nucleus. Electrons are negatively charged particles orbiting the nucleus. Question 13. What is the relationship between wavelength and frequency of light? Directly proportional, inversely proportional. They are unrelated. They are equal. As wavelength increases, frequency decreases, and vice versa. Question 14. What is sustainability in the context of environmental science? Using resources as fast as possible, meeting needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet theirs, stopping all technology, planting one tree. Sustainability involves responsible management of resources. Question 15. In a food web, producers get their energy from eating other animals, Decomposing matter. The sun, water. Producers, like plants, use photosynthesis to convert sunlight into energy. Question 16. What is the pH of a neutral substance like pure water? 0, 7, 14, 10. The pH scale ranges from 0 to 14, with 7 being neutral. Question 17. The greenhouse effect is primarily caused by holes in the ozone layer, gases like CO2 trapping heat in the atmosphere, nuclear power plants, reflection from the moon. Greenhouse gases trap infrared radiation, warming the planet. Question 18. What is the independent variable in an experiment? The factor being measured. The factor that is changed or controlled. The constant factor. The person doing the experiment. The independent variable is the one you manipulate to see how it affects the dependent variable. Question 19. Which type of rock is formed from the cooling of magma? Sedimentary, metamorphic, igneous, fossilized. Igneous rocks form from molten rock, magma or lava. Question 20. A system in science is defined as a single object, a group of interacting parts forming a complex whole, a computer program, a set of rules. Systems analysis looks at how components interact together.